Hello, Bob Van Rossum with Market Pro. So I spoke to a gentleman today who was looking for an opportunity. And it's unfortunate within the world that we work where I don't have time to get back to everyone who's looking for a job. Our job is to focus on the very best talent for our client. And it doesn't really matter to me if you're looking or not looking. I have certain criteria that I've got to solve for my client. So with that said, this gentleman's looking, and I chose to reach out and offer him the opportunity to connect because he had taken some time on LinkedIn to engage with one of our posts and put a very thoughtful comment out there. And so I'm interviewing him and talking to him about his experience and background. And I asked him this question that you get all the time in the interview process that far too often is answered incorrectly. I asked him, tell me about what you're looking for in your next opportunity. And his response was, I'm looking for X. Basically, he's looking for a VP level marketing role, high level, senior level marketing role, and wants to be able to lead a team. And that answer is really wrong. And it's really wrong for multiple reasons, but I'll give you another example. So we recently placed a gentleman 3 or 4 months ago as a VP of performance marketing, really strong candidate. And he had been in his previous company for 10 years, had received 2 promotions within that period of time. And he was a great fit for our clients. So we picked up the phone, called him and said, hey, we've got an opportunity that may be a good next step for you in your career. And we started having a conversation with him. So he interviews with one of our senior associates, passes that interview, and then comes to me, and I'm meeting him via Zoom. And I asked him that same question, right? Tell me what it is you're looking for in your next opportunity. And he starts with, I'm looking to be a VP person, and then gives me a little bit of an overview of why. But he's like, I'm looking to be a VP. It's about me, right? And so I give him the chance to respond. And then I look at changing the question a little bit, but pretty much ask the same question. Tell me more about what you're looking for in your next opportunity. And there he shifts gears a little bit, but not much better, and tells me that it's really important to him to have a team. He wants to lead a team. Okay. So, I go back and I talk to him about this because ultimately, from a performance marketing perspective, digital marketing perspective, this guy is a rock star. And all of our questions around that we asked during the first interview with the candidate, he crushed it, right? So he's through to me, and I'm making sure we've got a good culture fit with our client, making sure he's the right kind of leader with our client. And, there's not an arrogant bone in this guy's body. He's as humble as he can be. He just doesn't know, right? And so I said to him, so, what in those answers, right, that you gave is about the company, is about the organization, is about our client? And he obviously couldn't answer that. I said, look, you're going to have the opportunity to say yes or no to this job or any job based on the title. And you're going to have the opportunity to say yes or no to this job or any job based on whether you're managing a team. But really, those things are unlikely to change, very unlikely to change in the process. You don't have power or control over them. So talking about that's what you're looking for doesn't add any value to the process. So what we're really looking to do here is figure out, when they ask what it is you're looking for in your next opportunity, that's really not the question. The question is, why do you think, or how do you think you can add value to us and our organization? Why should we continue to think about you as a potential candidate? And, a good example, right, and it's going to vary based on whether or not you're in operations, manufacturing, human resources, IT, marketing, depending on where you're in the organization, the answer to this question is going to vary, right? But if someone asks you, tell me about what you're looking for in your next opportunity, and to use this gentleman's example, it's like, well, I'm really excited that I was able to help the organization that I worked for grow. Recently, they've been acquired. I was there for 10 years. I'm now really looking to join another organization where I can take my skills, background, and experience and add value to the science side of marketing and really show an organization how to get the maximum return on their investment in marketing and help that organization grow. And that really is what I'm passionate about and what gets me excited every day. And so there you've taken that, right? You've taken that answer from that question to being about yourself, even though the question was, tell me what you're looking for, and you've made it about the organization, right? You've made it about them. And at the end of the day, why you want to do that is because they're the ones who have the paycheck, right? They're the ones who pay you to do whatever it is you're about to do. And so I said all of this to this guy who ends up getting the job through us, right? Crushed it in the interview process. We've already reached back out to the client. They're thrilled with him. He's doing a great job. And he said, wow, no one's ever told me that before. I've been interviewing for 6 months. I haven't gotten a second interview. So uber talented in not getting past the first interview because of how he's answering that specific question. And the first time he answers that question through the right lens, he gets the opportunity because he's super talented. So you really have to remember that in the interview process. But same thing with the gentleman I spoke to this morning who's looking for a job. I said, what are you looking for? And he's like, well, I really want to be head of marketing in an organization. Okay. So, but that doesn't tell me what it is you think you can do to help, right? And that's all that matters. When someone says, what is it you're looking for in your next opportunity? What they're really asking for is, how is it you think you can help us? What about your experience, skills, and background is going to allow us to move forward as an organization? And the more you can make it about them and the less you make it about yourself, the more you increase your likelihood of success.